I'm going to pass the baton over to Cassandra to talk to us and talk about a project which I believe is ISeeChange. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Welcome. Also, do you want to introduce yourself first and why you became an ambassador? That would be great too.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Cassandra. I'm based in Connecticut. I'm a SciStarter ambassador and a community engagement specialist, and I became an ambassador because I'm very passionate about STEM and community engagement and like finding different ways to get people involved in STEM in ways that are both innovative and like makes it less intimidating. So
Love your reasoning.
yeah. Okay, so I'm introducing I See Change. This is a project about climate change. Basically, you can either download the app on your phone or you can log into the website and record or take pictures of different observations that you see related to changing climate in your neighborhood. So I can pull up the site. I can share my screen, right?
Yeah, you should be able to. Let me know if there's an issue though. I'll try to fix it. Yes, should be working.
Okay. You can see my screen, right?
Mhm.
Okay, great. Yeah, so this is the website. This is I See Change, and then here is where you can download it on your phone. And basically, what it is just like you take pictures or videos of what you observe. So you see like these screenshots or like different locations of like flooding or like maybe wildfires or anything that you see, and it's global, so you can see what people post from all over. They also have heat and flood tracker, so if it's like hot in the summer, you can report how many days or like how long it's been hot and like how the heat is impacting you, or vice versa for flooding. So to start the project, you can either log in and create a login, or you can just go in and add a sighting. And it's pretty straightforward. You just record what you see with this little story. So, for example, I could see maybe flooding in my basement. From a
No, that's not real, is it? Do you have flooding in your basement?
no, no, it's just an example. But if I could do that, I could add a picture. If you're using your phone, you can directly just take the picture and upload it. Or if you have a picture saved on your computer, you can do it that way. You can also take a video of what's happening, and then you just keep going forward. You add the date, the time are automatically populated, and then you add your location. You don't necessarily need to put your exact address, but you want to be as specific as possible. So maybe you could put the street that it's on or just a general area. Then you move forward and then you can tag it. So one of the things I like about this project is it's not just focusing on like flooding or like heat or like one specific issue. They're tracking like anything that you see changing. So if you see heat, if you see plants behaving differently, animals behaving differently, pollution, any of those things, you can record it and then you just add a tag. So if I'm doing flooding, I would do weather, storms and flooding, I would mark, and then I would post it.
Awesome. I know I've done ISeeChange a few times. It was one of the projects I did earliest in my SciStarter tenure. And it is, I love that, and hopefully we can see it actually on your screen because I think it'll send you to that page where you get to learn more about, or people will respond to you or like interact.
Yeah. So if you look, let me see. I saw
I
that.
think you're actually, it might have sent you two sightings unless you're, uh, stick to yours. Yeah, I think that might just be the general.
General. Yeah. Okay, this is like location specific right now, but this is kind of what you were talking about. Like you see someone said that they had snow, like a whole bunch of snow, and someone else responded. And like you can kind of like interact with people both in your and outside your area and kind of discuss like what's going on and what you observe.
Yeah. And some interesting questions too, like downed trees. I think someone responded to one of
Yeah.
my messages asking about something similar where it was like, are we seeing the same types of impacts across the country? And it makes you think a little bit more about like how to observe with more detail too. So if you're trying to learn how to make sure you're observing more than just the obvious, it can be very useful for that as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and then the other thing that I like about this product and just like the site and the app in general is like, in addition to posting, you can also like learn about other projects, like actually planners, engineers, organizers, and like educators, they can take this data and use it to take action. So in some cities, they actually use it to like make heat maps or as part of their planning processes to figure out how they're either going to mitigate it or how they're going to help their communities deal with these problems. Um, yeah, and then there's some stories here. They're a little bit old, but kind of just shows the different impacts in different parts of the world. And then also I think there's a topic tab. If I can find it. I usually use the app, so I'm not as familiar with the site. But
Me
on the
too.
app, there's a topic tab that you can also look to like read about specific topics. Let me pull it up quickly.
You know what? I'm gonna grab a cord so I can see if I can share from my phone too, so we can see more examples or do an example post as well.
Okay, yeah. But on my like on the app, you can look at topics like you could read about like heat, the impact of heat related to climate change. You could look at like drought, land and soil, and a bunch of different topics that you can just look at briefly. Um, yeah.
Have you done this project with folks in your community yet? Is it on your list?
No, it's on my to-do list.
On your to-do list. That's good. It's also it is a great project for um I did it with a giant group of Girl Scouts. I think yeah, a giant group of Girl Scouts because they you would just basically be pointing out the various different observations they can make in a given day, and even on a beautiful sunny day, they could still point out you can still notice when things are off or some things have not changed yet. Like I don't know, dead trees are just very a lack of leaves and such in areas where we probably expect more activity from these trees and sprouting when we hit, I think it was in April 2 years ago that I did this. And so even though it might be a beautiful day, you can still notice things that might not fit the season, or maybe everything does fit the season. And even notifying ISeeChange about the fact that things are pretty regular can help us track it over time too.
Yeah, that's why I like this project, why I find it so useful because like we know the general impacts and the general trends, but you don't know how it's specifically going to affect you or your area. So it's kind of like uh I guess the place to store all of that data and it'd be interesting to look at.
Yeah, definitely. Let me see. ISeeChange. While I'm re-downloading it. For anyone who's online with us, feel free to let's actually can you visit the SciStarter page for ISeeChange?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so if you look it up on SciStarter, it'll show up, and on that page, it is an affiliate project. So I wanted to review the instructions there for anyone online who wants to connect, and I'll drop the link for the SciStarter page in the chat as well. What does it say there on how to get started? Something about the affiliation.
Yeah, so you just click visit and then it will take you to the website.
Yes. When you sign up for the account, use the same email address with the bold saying on there. Use the same email address, case sensitive, you use to create your SciStarter account. So when you do that for the for the 1 million acts of science count, if you submit an IC change observation every day for the rest of April, each of those observations will make it into our final count for the 1 million acts of science. So make sure to sign up with the right email. With the right email. And I'll go ahead and drop this in the Facebook chat. Let's see, where are you? See the project. There's that one. And then in our Zoom chat, here's that link for you as well. Oops. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to attempt to use this cable on my phone and see if it lets me. Okay, connect your phone or iPad to this VIA table. When prompted, select trust. I didn't have to do that. Let me see if it'll happen again. I've tried to do this a couple times and recently I've not been able to successfully do this. Allow. Okay. Trust. Open Finder. I'm doing this with the, oop, try again. Allow. Oh, did that work? Wow. Okay. Are you connecting a pair of headphones? No. Other. Okay, so this is my phone. I'm gonna look up ISeeChange. Ta-da! This nice app. Now, for anyone who's online with us or watching, I wonder since we have time, we can take a minute for like after I take a picture of my outside using the app, we can have them walk out and do like a 5 minute find somewhere to take a picture if they're able to, and we can just chat in the meantime about it. But for this one, so oh, I have to log in. Man, let's see how quickly I can do this. There. While I'm trying to figure this out, are there other projects that you've been doing in addition to ISeeChange?
Yeah, another project I've been doing a lot is the sidewalk project. Project
Oh, Project
Sidewalk.
Sidewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to explain that one a little bit so people know what it's referring to?
Yeah, so Project Sidewalk is basically it's kind of like a Google map, and there are different regions that you're looking at, and you're looking basically for sidewalk accessibility. Like you're going to mark areas that don't have crosswalks, areas where sidewalks are uneven or like dangerous or cracked. You're just kind of like going and marking like if there's pedestrian crossings. Yeah, like different things for transportation safety.
Yeah, I love that project. There is such a great team. I don't remember. I want to say it was in New Jersey, but also a fun Girl Scout group. A Girl Scout group took data from the New Jersey, whatever city they were mapping. They took all that information and brought it to their local government to advocate for certain changes. And it was just a really beautiful like town hall where it was like this is the reality of advocacy when you have data from citizen science and community science projects. This is what you can accomplish. I don't remember what they actually accomplished after the fact, like once they were able to go to the town hall and be heard, but I'm sure it's written down somewhere.
Yeah.
So this is my account. Is it, oh, mine is not specific to location right now, which is crazy. This is world. So we have your flooding in your basement. We've got I think this is in Russia. Cool. On the second day, temperature is very warm during the day, up to 20 degrees Celsius. Wow, so warm. What is that? That's like gosh, what is that? That's like 70 something degrees, I want to say.
Yeah, I think so.
Celsius. Super warm. This person must be a very good observer because they have a lot. Colorado, rain last night. I used to explain this project to people as social media for complaining about the weather.
I mean,
So
that's accurate.
that is generally what I would do. So in my case, I think let's find my sightings. I had some Missouri options. I think this is, yeah. Thank you for sharing. Have you been noticing lots of dead trees in other locations? So this is actually the one I did with the Girl Scouts. It was a pretty average temperature, but we just saw a lot of dead trees and just not a lot of life happening. And Phoenix was always super, super, super hot. Um, and I think, oh yeah, this was me. Forgot to mention AC is running a lot. Yeah, that was a rough time. Some serious land erosion you can complain about. Let me go. Let's go ahead and add a sighting. So for anyone on the East Coast, it's been super windy recently in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Uh, Super windy, warming up. I want to say it's feels like a pretty average temperature, but maybe that's not true. What is the temperature here? Where in the world are you again?
I'm in Connecticut.
Connecticut. Is it pretty cold up there still?
Yeah, it's like the temperature fluctuates a lot. Like one day it might be like in the upper 60s and then it will like go down to the 20s.
Ooh, down to the 20s?
Yeah, like especially at night, it'll get really cold.
Man. Yeah, it's still getting too cold here at night as well, but not that low, luckily.
Where are
I
you
guess
based?
Connecticut's pretty far up there. I'm in DC.
Oh, DC, okay.
DC. And this is why I love this app though, is it's complaining about the weather in a productive manner, so you don't have to be that person being annoying about the weather. Well, you get to be annoying online instead, and be validated. So here it's like in the 60s, super windy but warming up. Had a random heat wave a couple days ago. Oh, and now It's in the 60s, which is pretty average. April. I want to say it's pretty average. Early April. Early. Okay. And then my video, I'm going to take a picture out my window. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, I can take a picture through a screen. Nice and sunny. That's not a very good picture. Let's see this instead. I like to take the picture so that you can see the sky. You can see the sky and you can see that there's no rain on the ground in this case anyway. All right, cool. Next. I am not in Missouri. Make sure you check to make sure it doesn't give you that information. Ah, go away. Southwest DC. I'm like at the metro. Perfect. Okay. Next. After this, y'all are going to be very good at submitting observations, which is super fun.
It's
Plants.
funny it thought you were in Missouri, Emma, because that's where I am, and I'm outside doing my observation right now. So when you said that, I was like, wait, I am in Missouri.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know why it saved it. That was my last observation, which is embarrassingly a year ago. So whoops, sorry, ISeeChange. But I'm back to it again. Yeah, that's really funny. It knew you were doing it and confused the yeah, we're buddies on ISeeChange, I'm sure. I don't know, actually, Cassandra, do you know, are you able to follow people on this app?
I don't think you are.
Ah, maybe that should be something they do next. Skies and air. Storms and flooding, not really. Heat, I guess. Season change, definitely. Anything else you notice here? No, sounds good.
No, I think
Topics.
that's it.
We'll just do that. Submit. All right, now I feel very accomplished for today. That's the real reason we're doing this sprint is so that Emma can do as much citizen science as possible in one day. And that'll be super fun. All right. Sweet. Okay, so now we have another example. Branson, how's the weather near you? What are you observing? If you're not currently doing the observation.
I was, but that's okay.
Sorry.
It is gorgeous in Missouri. It is like the perfect day today. Sunny and clear skies. Definitely felt like spring came a little early here. We saw a lot of the bulbs coming up earlier, and a lot of them are gone already. And way windier here than usual, too.
What is with the wind? Maybe it's the storms. I don't know if you've had some of the storms moving through. It's been in like the middle of the US, scooching over to the east, from what I saw on my map.
Yeah, we definitely had tornadoes in our surrounding areas back during that outbreak. Nothing here where I am, but pretty close by.
Yeah, wow. Wacky weather. I mean, I'm glad it's a beautiful day though. That's good news. Or at least it's nice news. When I say good news, I'm like, wait, do I need to think about the climate over time though? Does it make sense for it to be good weather? Makes it more challenging. Always. Well, that's good. Thank you for doing an observation with us. Perfect. And now I can see who's doing, oh, more people in DC. This was on Inauguration Day, which is crazy. And they specified, oh, they talked about a lot. Okay, so some people like to complain about more than just the weather. All right, cool, moving on. Cool, cool. I'm surprised that didn't get marked to not be posted though. Definitely post about the weather, folks, please. Early blooms. Oh, you did mention, so Branson, when you mentioned early blooms, so Cassandra, have you done Budburst before, or have you tied it to work with ISeeChange?
No, I haven't.
No. So for anyone who's interested in ISeeChange or seasonal change in general, another one that we're not talking about today, unfortunately, but maybe we do have a moment here anyway. I'll go ahead and stop my screen share there. Is Budburst, because Budburst, which we are going to be talking about on Earth Day actually during an event, it's a project that is measuring phenological changes. So you're observing plants, and just like on ISeeChange, you can also adopt a tree, like you pick out a tree and just observe it over a long period of time. So you can see how the phenological changes happen over time and specify dates of like the first bloom and whatnot. Budburst, that's its only job for the most part. You're just documenting plants all the time, and how they change. And so if you're curious about that particular information, this is a good like partnering up project where you do Budburst and ISeeChange, to learn to do a more holistic view of all of it, which is nice. So since you haven't done it yet, Cassandra, this is a good one to check out next. And also an affiliate. Hooray! Hooray! It means it gets counted towards 1 million X. Perfect. All right, with our last 10 minutes or so, I am curious about, I know we talked about Project Sidewalk. I guess I'm curious what you would like to leave people with, Cassandra, as your, as an ambassador, what you hope to accomplish in your community, and like what you want to leave folks with as a part of doing this Acts of Science sprint or watching it later for anyone watching YouTube. Hi.
Yeah. So sorry, I just forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, it's okay. I'm putting you on the spot. I didn't prep you for these questions.
Yeah. No, I would say about citizen science, I think it's a great thing to do to get involved. Like I'm really excited to do it because I really want to get more involved in my community, and I'm a big advocate of STEM and getting people introduced to STEM, not to go like into the STEM field or anything, but just to see how it connects to your everyday life and how easy it is to get involved and like make changes in your community. I'm hoping not only to get ISeeChange started somewhere in my community, also to introduce libraries to citizen science and get them involved in different projects and maybe get some kits to some places.
Ah.
Yeah, I think it's a great initiative. I actually discovered this last year. Last year I was working as part of the Million Girls Moonshot initiative for getting girls in science. So that's how I heard of this actually with Citizen Science Month. I was like advocating for it for ways for students to get involved and kind of start developing an interest in STEM. So I just encourage people to stay involved, like check out different projects. There's a project for everyone in citizen science, like literally everyone. If you like biology, if you like environmental stuff, like anything you can find. And it's also a great way to try like new things. Like me, I'm not really a biology medical person, but I've done things like stall catchers. I've done like some music listening for some Yale projects, which was kind of cool. Yeah, so I think you should just explore, see what's out there, and get involved. Don't forget to participate this month and get us to 1 million acts.
Yeah,
I
sweet. That was a
just saw
beautiful
that
commercial.
the music one on Yale the other day on the SciStarter website, and that looks so fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. And it's really interesting too. So I
Which
would suggest checking it out.
which one did you do for the Harvard or the Yale music projects? Because I know there's like a set of them. Here, I'll show my screen.
I think it was like a listening test, the tone deafness tests.
Tone deafness. Man, that makes me feel like I'm going to find out that I'm incredibly tone deaf. Like as someone who used to be in choir, I'm scared to find out I have become tone deaf. This is we have we've looked into these recently and have or what am I saying? We've used these in our newsletters in the past. So for anyone who might have seen these before, they are really fun and really great for kids too, because there's a kids music quiz. Yeah. Did you find out you're tone deaf, Cassandra?
No, I think I got average.
Nice.
Which was good.
That was the goal. That's definitely the goal.
Yeah. But I think I did the top of the charts.
Did you? I don't think I've done that one. I think I did a super listener, which I don't remember if I was average or really bad at it, but I definitely wasn't good at it. They were pretty challenging. Yeah, but if you are interested in this, anyone who's listening to these are very, very cool. And they are through Yale, which is a really interesting thing to be able to say. I did some science for Yale. Why not? And they recommend headphones. So if I did this right now, we probably would be, let's say yes, because some of us have, to like be able to hear it. It might not be the best results over Zoom, but I am curious since we do have a minute. Why not? This is some extra work. All right. I don't enjoy music very much. I enjoy it very much. I feel pretty strongly, so I'm gonna send it all the way over there. how good do you think your listening skills are for music? Remembering melodies? Oh, yes, absolutely. I think I'm much better. I might be way too good for myself. Um, okay, let's see if we can do it through this. Let me stop my share and reshare with the audio. Share sound. Okay, you'll have to let me know if you can hear.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Not expecting that sound. This is great. Okay. Are we all ladies on this call? Except for Roland. Sorry, Roland. We're female. We'll go with my age just to keep it simple. Where do you live? United States. Native language. Oh, boy. At the top. Nice. Not fluently. Anybody here speak a second language very fluently other than Roland? He speaks like 15. French and Arabic and English. Any others, Roland? I can't remember. Any other languages on this group? No? Okay. Do you have a hearing? Unknown, but my mother does, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with I don't know. There are lots of ways to engage with music, like listening to music on headphones, singing, playing an instrument. Together, these questions will help us study a musical phenotype, and we'll have 4 minutes to do so. So this is very much timed. I lose myself in music. Anybody else feel that way? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Very often, I'll say, because some music oopsies. What was the other one? I can tell when, okay, for anyone who does do this later, beware. You click a button and it changes, but you might not notice it changes because I did not see the previous question. I can tell when 2 rhythms are the same or different. Yeah, I think so. I can't help humming or singing along to music that I love. Oh, yes. I can tell when people sing or play out of time with the beat of the music. Sometimes. Sometimes I'll end up doing that. Music makes me dance. Does it make you dance?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel similarly. If it's like reggaeton, I will be dancing. If it's like, I can't think of any singer right now. If it's Lana Del Rey, I will not be dancing. Music gives me shivers or goosebumps. Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Yeah, has those moments. I have absolute pitch. Okay, that's fancy. Can you do that?
No, I
Yeah,
cannot.
I definitely never. Never. I can tap in time with a musical beat. Oh, yes. Very often. Sometimes I'm bad at it, probably. I'm able to hit the right notes when I sing along with a recording. I think I can. I don't know. Sometimes. I'm gonna go very often, just to make sure I'm not being too egotistical. I have a piece of music stuck on repeat in my head. Oh, all the time. I have a good sense of rhythm. I guess when I listen, if you have a good sense of rhythm when you listen, that's just like being able to predict the rhythm as it goes along, maybe. I'm not sure if that means, yeah, because you don't have to, if you're just listening, you don't have to replicate it. So it's kind of hard to determine. But dance to music, I'm going to go very often. This seems like a easy question. I can sing or play a song from memory. Yeah. I can tell when people sing out of tune. Yes. I don't know if that like is like a trigger for you in your brain, but has that ever happened to you where you hear someone sing and you're like, no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Okay, so I'm gonna go with very often, just in case. When I hear the beginning of a song, I know immediately whether I've heard it before or not. I feel like this depends on how much of the beginning you're listening to.
Yeah, I usually do. Like that's the challenge with this test because there's some songs like you hear like the first
Yeah.
few seconds and you're like I notice, and then there's some like you need like 10 seconds.
Right. Yeah, I feel the same way. So maybe very often, so we exclude the ones that need a couple more seconds. I make up new melodies. No. Do you ever make up new? That's one of my downfalls of like, if I was ever trying to be a musician, I would have failed. I would have had to be a cover band, like artist
Yeah.
only, because I can't
Same.
make up new things. I can't do that. Tell us about the place where you are playing this game. We're gonna go with somewhat noisy just because we're on Zoom. No, I'm not wearing headphones. Sorry. Okay. Here are a few songs and melodies that are pretty famous. Which of these do you think is the most famous song or melody? I don't know My Way by Usher. Please, Please Me, The Beatles. What? There's a lot of songs by the Beatles, and that's not one I know. Do you know that song?
No, I don't.
Yeah, what? Okay. Shake It Off. I know that one by Taylor Swift. Don't Leave Me This Way, Thelma Houston. No idea. Rosanna Toto. I think I know that song. uh, Your Love Has Lifted Me Higher and Higher. I don't know that one. Do you know the? I don't think I know any of these.
No.
Most famous song or melody, my guess would be the Shake It Off.
Yeah, that was my guess.
That's your guess too? Okay. Your job is to tell us whether or not you know the song as quickly as you can. Oh boy. Yes. I don't know what it is though. Oh no. Oh gosh, I have to know it though.
I think. Oh, I think I know it.
Is it this one?
Yeah, I think so.
It is? Okay. I guess I probably should have given myself another couple seconds to remember what exactly it was before hitting it, but that's harder. It's not Hall & Oates, but it's same gen. I don't know.
I think it's Rosemary Clooney, maybe.
I feel bad. I'm basically cheating. Oh, but you got it wrong or right.
Oh.
That was
I wrote the wrong
incorrect. You
person.
recognize the song. You got the song title right, but no. Oh, what? It is Hall & Oates? Man, okay. It like sounds like the same vibe as Hall & Oates, but I thought that the artist singing was wrong. Oh, and we're over time, so I'm actually gonna pause here. Sorry about that. I'm glad we got to kind of jump around a bunch of different projects, so that was really entertaining for me. So thank you so much, Cassandra, for pairing with me in that. And any last thoughts before I pass the baton over to our next presenter, who hopefully will forgive me for pushing into your 30 minutes?
No, just everyone, like, keep going with 1 million acts. Let's get to 1 million.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cassandra. Enjoy the rest of your day. Feel free to stick around if you want to do Great Sunflower Project, but we'll just keep rolling.